Good morning, my friends, and welcome to the next episode of URU Complete Chronicles. This is going to be our last stream, our final stream of 2024, and it's been a pretty good year for Myst adventures, right? Starting the year off with Myst 3, working our way through Myst 4, and currently URU. Last time out, we finished reading all of the lore. We are now in the process of hunting down all of our GZMs, and we're working our way through all the various balconies and side areas, and then we're going to work our way sort of around the place. Now, we did at the end of last episode, I believe, finish this book. We got to the end of this office, and that's where we left that episode. We're going to check out these areas next, because we've also got like a balcony here. And then we're going to make our way back to the main part of the URU to Denis kind of plaza, right? Which is this thing. So we already checked out. The bar, the dock. We checked out this, and we checked out number 4, the museum. So we have this bit to check out, this bit to check out, and all of that. And we're going to do that today. That's the plan anyway. In the chat, we have Dark Fae 13. Hey. Good morning to you. We have Zephyronicus. Hello, good morning to you. And we have Sleepy Otter. Dark Fae has got his list. They're keeping track for us on what we've missed and what we've hit so far, so that's excellent, and that's going to be super useful. It's going to be super useful. Right, let's check out these balconies first. We'll work this book back to front. Okay. I hope you guys are all ready for Christmas. It's the 23rd. It's the 23rd as far as we're recording this. This episode is going to go out onto YouTube a week later than usual, because this Friday we have our 2024 wrap up. Our best games of 2024 is out on Friday, so this will be up on YouTube a week later, a week next Friday. We don't seem to have one here, which is odd, right? Because that sort of means what's the point of this balcony? You know, we can't jump it, can't get up it, but there's nothing on it. Okay, never mind, we'll go back. Oh, we've got a redemption. Wear the ears for 4,000. Just give me a sec. Very festive. What I should have, I should have got some festive ears, or a hat or something. Here we go. This is why it's important not to have a microphone in your headset, so you can do things like this without, blasting the chat. It's pretty uneven. Hang on, let me see if I can adjust. Let me see if I can even it up a little bit. There we go. That'll do. So yeah, it's the 23rd as we're recording this. If you're watching on YouTube in the future, Christmas will already have happened. So let me know how your Christmas was. So yeah, 3 PM tomorrow. Yes, of course, in various parts of the world. Including my wife's home country of Germany. Christmas is celebrated on the 24th. Get over it, Anglos. That's just how it's done. So yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know why some parts of the world celebrate Christmas on the 24th and some parts celebrate it on the 25th. Because I believe even in Germany, it's generally agreed that the 25th is Christmas Day. You just celebrate, you do the presents and the celebrations and so on the 24th. So I don't really know. Now, Wait, let me think. Did we go round main Kavir or no? People in the chat will correct me on calling it Kavir. There are two towns that are mirror images of each other, and I think this is the one that we already did. So I think we have to go around the other one, right? Kirel and Bevin. And this is Kirel, right? The darker one. I think we already went round Kirel. No, we already went round Bevin. Wait. It'll become really obvious quite quickly if we walk around this whole thing and we don't get any bleeping on the scanner at all. Then we'll know that this one's the one we've been around. But I think this is the one we've been round already. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Dark Phase confirming. Yes, we did already go around this one. So we shan't worry about Kirel. Let's go to Bevin, because Bevin is on the same plane. So you got to go here. Nope, wrong one. Nope, don't touch that. Wait. Oh, we don't get to it from there. Hang on. Or is it like this one? No, definitely not that one. No, that's Garrison. One of these gets us to where we need to go. Oh, was it this one? And then we click through. Man, I'm trying to work out. I mean, I guess we can just go to the Nexus, right? The Nexus will have a point for us. But yeah, we originally got to Kirel from here. Yeah, okay. Let's go to the Nexus. Let's go to the Nexus. $3 PM tomorrow is just when you finish work. Retail is interesting at Christmas time. I bet it is. Ooh. Wait, we can't get to Bevin. Ferry Terminal, Alley, Alcove, Foyer, Courtyard. Those are all on the main map. Resero. No, Resero is inside, is the GZM machine. Oh, hang on, wait. Kirel is what I want. Oh, sorry. I've got the names mixed up, have I? Kirel's the first one that we want to. Oh, there we go. That looks like where we're trying to get to. Yes. So I guess I've not touched the Bevin pedestal then. Right. Or... Okay, I'm trusting Dark Fate, because these two towns look identical to each other, don't they? So I suppose we're also not expecting then the GZMs to be in the same places. Let's go this way, right. I mean, it might well be that there just aren't any hiding on Kiro, of course. Wait. No. It is this one. It is this one we've done before, because we found one up here. So it's Bevin that we've not done. Because this room doesn't have an equivalent room in the other place. You're confused now, you have Kirill marked. Kirill is what you want. Okay. I think we've done the ones around here then. In any case, I think we only need 3 more. So we can always come back and do Bevin later. If Bevin even has any. So, let's go back to the Nexus. Do we want to look at Tokata Alley? That's the... Yeah, so I guess we've just not touched the Bevin warp point. Okay. So, we've been up to the museum already. So the next one to check out is going to be the Guild Hall, which is up here. Wait. Can we get into the guild? Well, oh, okay, cool. Ooh! Oh! Yes, that's the triangular building. Okay, I see. Our friend in the YouTube comment section did comment last week about like, oh no, you concluded wrong which building you're actually on top of. But yeah, no, you can see the triangular building that we can see from down here. So yeah, that's nice. That's a nice touch that you can see it from the other side. Right, we're going to do it logically. We're going to keep going this way. And we're supposed to be keeping an eye on our thing to see when it goes red. Like, theoretically, we only need 2 more, right? So this is the palace. This is the palace. I've said it before, but having the turning controls on keyboard is kind of really nice to be able to have some of your tea whilst still moving. Oh, wait. Right, we've got one around here. Nope, too far. We've gone too far. Okay, where is it? Oh, it's beeping, it's beeping. There it is. Okay. Let's go... yeah, let's continue forward to place 8, then we'll go back and we'll loop round 7. But I think we only need 15 to be able to get into the next portion of it anyway. So, if we get the 15th, let's move back. We'll wait for the game to tell us, oh no, actually you need more, before we go hunting around further. Because the game may well say, yeah, 5 more though, thanks. Okay, we're gonna go around the back of the museum first. Probably gonna be one back here somewhere. Oh, what? Do you know what? Do you reckon there's one actually in there? Where we were previously, where we thought we'd found a secret, but actually we had not. Okay, it's not flashed red at all around the back yet. I'm stuck. Come on, we've got to check this back here, right? Go on, give us something. You mean the bit where I said you were done there for now? Which bit did you say that we were done here for now? I thought you said that inside the library. Or did you mean this bit? It's definitely flashing for us, but it doesn't look like it's actually in here. So this might not be anything after all. Okay. Like, I might be detecting something on the inside of the wall there. Whoop! There we go. Okay, it's flashing red, but only very briefly, so I think it's probably underneath us. Maybe? It's gotta be somewhere here. I mean, we've gone down a set of stairs, so I'm expecting it to turn up, like, above us slightly. Maybe not. I'm sort of listening for the audio cue. Maybe it's going to be down, but round the back there. But no, there isn't. Okay, right. There's that one. Is that the only one in here? Like, given that we're in here, we might as well try and see if there's any others. We have a 3D engine. Let's add parkour. I mean, like, Teledon is probably the first instance of, yeah, platforming in a Myst game. Like, I don't hate it. But yeah, it's definitely different, isn't it? Okay, so that's not flashing red anymore, so I guess it was just that one. So let's now go back to Relto. Yeah, change of pace. I agree. And, you know, let's be honest, you know, mystlikes are really the first incarnation of what would later be derisively called walking simulators, for better or for worse. Kind of. I mean, walking simulators maybe err slightly more on the no puzzles aspect of it, but there are plenty of walking simulators that have got puzzles and secrets to find and things. Not that one. Nope. Can I only get there from the Nexus? Nope, I can get there from here. Okay, right. Let's refer back to the instructions. So, more than 5 will need to access the courtyard. Oh, wait. We need to get to the courtyard. Yes, fine. Once. Okay. You'll see another upload machine inside the courtyard. The calibration center located beyond the courtyard cannot be accessed unless a key is registered more GZMs. Once the second set of GZMs have been uploaded, either into the courtyard or the antechamber, the doors leading to the calibration center will automatically open. Right, fine. Most important to the calibration center are the 4 Great Zero maintenance units, GZMUs, towards the back, as well as the calibration imager. Once you've uploaded 20 GZMs in upload machines, either the antechamber or the courtyard, you'll be allowed access to the machines and the ability to find a new type of marker known as the calibration GZM. C GZMs. Fine. Once you've reached the Great Zero Calibration Center, your key only needs to finish the calibration process by synchronizing calibrations with the Great Zero itself. 4 machines that enable you to carry out the final task. You will need to receive a coordinate from one of the 3 machines and find a single marker at that coordinate. Similar to the early markers, it will only become visible once you've entered a certain radius. Okay. You will receive a coordinate from one of the 3 machines, and then you go to the coordinate, you find the marker. After you've found the first one, you return to the calibration center, and then you can read one of the 3 coordinates on your key. After the second, you'll be able to read 2. After the third, you'll be able to read 3. Then the 4th becomes available. Hey, we've got Dodo in the chat. Good morning to you. After you've found the 4th marker, your key is calibrated. And then the Great Zero will be turned on. And then we can congratulate ourselves. Okay, good. Right, let's get in there. So. Back into here, and then we go to Rosario, I think. Rezero. We have just collected our 15. So theoretically we're going to get the doors open. We've got 4 more markers to go and get, theoretically. So let's go and upload these. Okay. Only finishing up set 2. That's quite a way with words. So, my nephew was round the other day. My nephew's 6, and do you know what? He's so good at video games. He really is. Okay, these doors have opened. Lovely. Well, I guess we just touch one of these, right? I think we probably should make note of it. Fine. So we've got a coordinate there. So can we do one machine at a time, or can we get all of our coordinates at once? I mean, those are fairly close to each other. One at a time. Well, but all 4 of these are giving me different information. Or is it randomizing every time I go into one? I mean, these all have different symbols on them as well, which is kind of interesting. Ah, right, okay. Only one of them will appear at a time in the world. Okay. I see what you mean. It's set information. You just need to do a bit more walking. Okay. Okay, well, I mean, let's go and find our first one first. So let's activate this one again. Right. Right, 57,110.79. Now, if I recall correctly, your key contains some information about, like, where you are in the world. Does it not? Somewhere? Well... Oh look, it's Path of the Shell. We'll remember that for later. It's Path of the Shell, and it's clearly a picture of, like, a corridor somewhere. Well, do you know what? I'm just going to take a picture of it for later. Right. We'll have that for later. Okay, good. So, let's go back to where we are. We have a new first-time chatter, Green Witch 631. I am Zia. My pronouns are Fair, and I'm from Cozy's community. Welcome! Everyone from Cozy's community is more than welcome here. Hope you enjoy puzzle games. This is very much kind of like a walking simulator kind of puzzle game. We're finding our hidden objects throughout the world right now. Let's make our way back to... Well, we don't really know where in Denis these coordinates are going to pertain, so let's go back to the alley as like a first place to start, I think. Yeah, doing well. This is actually going to be my last stream of 2024. With the run up to Christmas now thoroughly underway. Now, do you know what? I was sort of expecting these coordinates up here to start updating once we were back here. Okay, how do we tell what our current coordinates are? Once it's configured all the way. Oh no. Wait, have we misunderstood some instructions then? You are calibrating it right now. Hang on. Okay, I clearly fundamentally misunderstood what we're trying to do here. So, these symbols, these look to me like some kind of distance from the Great Zero, rotation about the Great Zero, and like offset from the... I don't know, something like that. So yeah, we're calibrating our key against the Great Zero's location. And to do that, we need to find the calibration GZMs. And they're going to be hidden around the world somewhere. I had assumed that these would be the coordinates we need to go to find the calibration GZM. But how do we know where we are in relation to that coordinate? Because the instructions we got said, you will be given a coordinate, you go to that coordinate, you find the thing. Not quite. You are calibrating the Great Zero to the age. Right. The markers are like the points to verify. Okay. Might need to go and reread some instructions. So, go back into here. Here's where our book is that gives us the instructions that we're after. So, most important to the calibration center are the 4 Great Zero maintenance units towards the back, as well as the calibration imager. Right, we might have missed the calibration imager. Once you've uploaded 20 GZMs, which we've done, you'll be allowed access to the machines and the ability to find a new type of marker known as the Calibration Great Zero marker, the CGZMs. Once you've reached the Great Zero Calibration Center, your key only needs to finish the calibration process by synchronizing calibrations with the Great Zero itself. There are 4 machines that enable you to complete the final task. You receive a coordinate from one of the 3 machines. The 4th is not yet available. Right. And find the single marker at that coordinate. Similarly to the early markers, it will only become visible when you've entered a certain radius. after you've found the first one, you'll need to return. Okay. At that time, you'll be able to read one of the 3 coordinates into your key. Right. Okay. So we've got a... Right. Okay, I understand. So the coordinates in my key say 0 because we can't read coordinates in our key yet. So we've just got to wander around until we find one of the CGZMs. Right? So we've just got to search for it. I guess. What's going to be the easiest one to find? Or what's going to be the most useful one to find for us? Because the first one that we've chosen to go and find, like this one's the first one that we've stuck our hand into, that's the only one that like isn't a coordinate. So I'm kind of thinking we go back and we stick our hand in that one instead. Because this one gives us a very large number, which probably means it's a very accurate measure of how far away. I'm assuming it's some kind of radius from origin measure because of the picture. But the fact that it's a large number means that it's going to be a very accurate measure of some coordinate. So it will enable us to find the other ones probably easier. So let's go with that one. Also notice the stone is darker in the first one. Oh yeah, it is. That's a good point. Yeah. Okay, right. Let's go back there and we're going to stick our hand in a different machine. Specifically, the one with the circle. If it is radius from center, we might be cruising for a bruising, because obviously if you go and walk and you find, oh yeah, well here's the thing, you probably have to then do a really large circuitous route round to actually find the stuff that you need. But on the other hand though, it's going to be far more useful than like what height above sea level this is as a coordinate, because that could literally be anywhere. So if it is some kind of radius from center, it's probably going to be the most useful, even if it might involve the most walking. I have no idea what the third coordinate could be then, if it is a radius from center, because all you would need would be a radius and a height, and that would be enough to define a location. So I don't know what the third coordinate would be, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. You could guess them all by the symbols. Perhaps. Okay, so just a quick check. Yes, that data is indeed the same as it was before. So let's get out of here. And we will then go... Right, so we've got that on our thing. Now what we've got to do is we've got to walk around hoping to find it, I guess. It's a fifth... Of the 4... Right. So, let's go back to the Nexus. Right, here we go. So, of the 4, like, all we can really say is that we've got 4 coordinates, and they run from 57,000 up to 61,000. We're looking for the one that's at 59,800, which means it's around about halfway along the range. Does that help us narrow down? Well, we've now got a solid. We've now got a solid white thing. It's now solid white. Is it even scanning at all? I mean, it might not even be radius, right? It could be angle. In which case we'd get a bearing, but we wouldn't have a distance. So actually, do you know what? I think that's actually probably more likely. I reckon it's probably more like a bearing, because then you would have bearing, distance, and height. Wouldn't you? Yeah. Dodo confirms my suspicions there. Because, yeah, the bit that I was missing earlier on radius is, well, your radius is a distance, right? It doesn't actually give you a location on the circle where you are. So, yeah, okay. So where we're looking at the moment is we're getting a bearing. But not knowing a bearing from where... Well, I'm kind of assuming that it must be this thing, right? Well, we kind of know that this archway lies along the path of the Great Zero, right? It's oriented to the north of the Great Zero. So... there's probably something we could do. Well, that's the Arch of Kings, I think. I'm fairly... yeah, that's Kirith's Arch. And I'm fairly convinced we read something somewhere that said that the archway, that there was a line made from the Great Zero to the arch? Oh, I don't know. I need to go back and refresh my memory, and it's going to be somewhere in all that lore that we read. There's something about, yeah, a disagreement about the orientation of the Great Zero. And one group reckoned it should go from the archway, from the Great Zero through the archway, and another group was like, nah, it should be like directly north. Did I happen to press the blue stone on the machine where you... Oh, I haven't stuck my hand into the thing. I only grabbed the thing, didn't I? That's why it's not flashing. What would I do without you guys? Huh? What would I do without you guys? Oh, mate. Yeah, didn't press the button. Didn't press the button. Oh yes, yes, yes. No, this is... it's certainly, it's certainly, you know, a game of the time, isn't it? A game. It's the game of the moment. Well, this is the Great Zero. Do you know what I would quite like? I'd quite like a window out of this so that I could actually see where I am. Here we go. Right, let's check out a window. Huh, nothing. Don't get any bearing from that whatsoever. But look, we've got big things which poke out the top. This has got to be like, this has to be like some kind of really large. This is clearly like a really, really large thing. Good morning, Sniper. Collecting them was a lot of fun, because you usually do it with some people who just ran around. Good quest to get to know people. How are we in this time zone? We are counting down to celebrations. We're counting down to celebrations. We have got, what is it now? Oh, 38 hours until Christmas. It's coming soon. It's going to hit us soon. And of course, if you are on the continent, it's even sooner. So there we go. Right. Let's stick my hand in the device. Okay, well here's a question. Now that I've figured out that this is actually bearing rather than distance, do I want to do it? Distance might be even handier, right? Because distance, we've got 1,000 up here. So this is probably out in the library somewhere, you know. But that's like the least useful one to get because that's going to be height. Like if we look for the distance one, we know we're looking for one which is like, well, actually 1,000. That might even be on the other side of the planet, to be honest, or the other side of the cave. I don't know how big the Denis caves are. Like you've got 57, 74, 100, and then 1,000. So this one is like the furthest away you could possibly be, really. These are all like fairly close to this building, wherever this building is. So maybe we go for distance first. So hit me up. Touch the thing. Touch the thing. Wait. So he does put his hand in there. Huh? Oh, you gotta press that button. Right. Okay. We're going for distance. We're going for distance first then. Well, yeah, in New Zealand, it's thoroughly the 24th already. No, it's not the 24th. Wait. No. It's not quite the 24th yet in New Zealand. But yeah, well, between Germany and New Zealand, so who's going to get... So Germany's going to get to Christmas Day first. Yes, because they celebrate Christmas a day early. Okay, so here's a question for you, Dodo. Christmas Day, like... Christmas, that's like the 25th still, right? But you celebrate on the 24th. Or is literally Christmas Day as in the birth of the baby Jesus? Is that the 24th as well? Yeah, so you celebrate on Christmas Eve even though Christmas is the 25th. So why is that? Why don't you celebrate it on... Why don't you celebrate it on the 25th? Am I an old Indiana Jones fan? I mean, you might have to like be more specific about exactly what's meant by that. So, I am a fan. I am old and I am a fan of Indiana Jones. True. I am also... Oh, there we go. Look, it's pulsing with energy now. I am also a fan of the old Indiana Jones, as in the original 3 movies. Crystal Skull was very mid, I felt, and realistically, well, you know, to be honest, I didn't even watch the latest movie that came out. I don't even know what it's called, to be honest. Is it the Kingdom of... No, because it was the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was the 4th one. I don't even know what the last one was, to be honest. I didn't even realise there was a new one coming out until after it was basically already in cinemas. But that's what having 2 children will do to you. You just don't even know all of this pop culture stuff anymore. Like, people will tell you that like a new Star Wars is coming out with Daisy Ridley, and you're like, oh, okay. But yeah. Apparently there is a 5th one. Enjoy the new game. Very puzzle heavy. Oh, right. Yeah. Because there is a new Indiana Jones game, isn't there? There are the old LucasArts games. I did own a copy of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which is... Now, that's a very old game. If we played that, that would be definitely the oldest game we've ever played on the channel. Because I think that was like 1988 or something, right? It's a very early LucasArts game. But I did own a copy of The Last Crusade when I was young. Never beat it. But I have heard that like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Atlantis, which is a much later LucasArts game, like from the 90s, is pretty good and still holds up. But I've never really played any of those. But yeah, I mean the latest game. Yeah, I mean if it's good, I'll check it out. If you recommend it, if you're recommending it. Okay, where Great Zero be? Great Zero be this thing off the map here? That's coming through here? Probably not. Probably not. Like I heard a thing that like Great Zero come through this way because Kirith's Arch is down here. So I'm assuming Great Zero must be sort of up here somewhere. Probably. It's a shame we can't, from inside the Great Zero, look out of a window and see exactly where we are. But if we're looking at distances, right, if we're looking at distances and we're looking for like a 74, bearing in mind we've got a 57, 110 and a 74, we're probably looking at something in this kind of area, maybe. That sort of distance. Probably not that far, probably not that far. So let's start looking around here and we'll go from there. Okay. Good. That's the plan. That's the plan, anyway. Really? You go as far as really good. Okay. Well, I will check it out. I will check it out. I mean, in general, we don't tend to play latest releases purely because I generally triple A's, right? So there are some games where when they come out, I'll be like, we got to play that straight away, right? Like when Nia comes out, 100% on that immediately. When Inscription came out, I played that basically as soon as it came out. Because I was pretty hyped for playing another Daniel Mullins game. And I made for AAA games though, like I made an exception for Jedi Survivor because I was super hyped to play it. And I tell you what, that was a rough experience for the first... That was a rough experience for the first couple of months. Like, it was so poorly optimized. And it's not like I'm playing these games on potato PC, right? Like, I know it's a little bit of a meme to be like, oh yeah, what do you use your RTX for? It's like, well, I use my RTX to play retro games, essentially. But yeah, like, I mean, I've got like a 3080, which I know is not top of the line nowadays, but I mean, it's like, it's still pretty good. Like, it will render up an hour of video footage in about 12 minutes or so, 15 minutes, so it's like, it's pretty reasonable. But like, Jedi Survivor was so poorly optimized in some areas that it was just horrendous. It was like, I was getting like proper frame rate issues, which when you're recording is such an ag as well. So what can you do? So generally I tend to wait until games have been patched a bit, and that's fine, because you don't really have to play the latest releases. And it's part of why my own personal list of what games did I most enjoy in a given year is always based on what I've played in a given year, not what came out that year, because in general I only tend to play like 1 or 2 games from the current year in any given year, because a lot of them are all a bit broken on release, to be honest. Yeah, I'm super looking forward to Nier. I saw the latest devlog that Aaron put out there, and there's some really nice quality of life stuff that he's putting in, particularly into the accessibility side of things. You know, I mean, accessibility in video games is incredibly important, very, very important. So things like clearer text is going to be in there. So no Catherine's Journal puzzles to be read. What else did he say he was putting in there? So clearer text, subtitles, of course. There was some other stuff in that video that sort of escapes me a little bit now. Certainly not a usual game for here, but there's stuff. Looking at old myths, figuring out secrets. Yeah. Daniel Mullen's other games. I mean, Inscription is by far his best game, right? I mean, like, he's a solo creator who is still kind of developing and honing the craft, right? But like, all of his games are worth a play. And in fact, actually, I think we've played all of them on this channel. Hang on, wait. Has he had 3 games now or 4? So there's Pony Island, which we've not played on the channel because I've played it previously. Pony Island is great, and it only takes a few hours to play. So give Pony Island a go, for sure. The Hex, I liked the idea of it. Like, we've played the Hex on the channel. I liked the idea of it. I think the Hex might be his weakest game, though. And then there's Inscription. But did he do another game? I kind of feel like he's done another game and I'm like totally forgetting what it was. I feel like I'm totally drawing a blank on what his other game is. I think he's done another one. Yes, all Daniel Mullen's games are very fourth wall breaking, very genre changing. And it's kind of amusing. Like, well, amusing in a kind of perverse sort of way. By which I mean the original definition of the word perverse, not the slightly more modern definition. Sorry. In that, on the Inscription subreddit, probably about once a month, once every few weeks, let's say, someone will post something on the Inscription subreddit along the lines of, I was really enjoying this game, and now Act 2 has kicked in, and it sucks. How do I get back to Act 1? And it's a little bit like, I understand that you're frustrated by the change, and some people are really angry, really rich, like genuinely angry that the game has Act 2 and Act 3 in it, because and I've seen people level accusations of like false advertising and like, you know, really kind of big drama words kind of in there about like I was misled about what I was buying and things like that. And it's like, yeah, but consider the author, right? And it's like, if you go into a Daniel Mullins game expecting a straightforward roguelike deck builder experience, you're probably gonna be a bit disappointed, because that's not what the game's about. You know, it's kind of like firing up Doki Doki Literature Club on the assumption that it's a nice kind of relationship, you know, relationship dating sim game, right? Like, yeah, you kind of got to read between the lines a little bit about what you're getting. And I kind of understand that people are, like, frustrated by that, but, you know, it's... I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. What? Because you don't want to spoil it either. Like, should the Steam page include a disclaimer that, oh yeah, by the way, this isn't actually a roguelike deck builder. There is actually more to it than that. I don't know. We are currently going for, just to remind everyone, we are currently going for 74. 61131, 74 minus 84. Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. There is also a Casey's mod. The ARG on Inscription. Yeah, I never actually played the ARG, and I never actually played Casey's mod, to be honest, because I felt like Casey's mod... as much as I like its Inscription, it's not really that good of a roguelike deck builder, right? Let's be honest, right? Like, if I was actually going to genuinely sit down and play a roguelike deck builder, I'd play more Slay the Spire, which is, like, the better, you know, it's the better deck builder. Inscription is a story game. You know, like, yeah, it's meant to be a broken deck builder, you know? Like, yes, you can play Casey's mod, but, like, playing Casey's mod is basically just full of totally broken combinations, right? It's not balanced at all, but it was never really intended to be, you know? Like you can do totally messed up stuff. Like, you can take Uru Kali and give it, like, various forms of evasion and make it cheaper to play, and you just win on round one every time. And, you know, it's pretty mad stuff. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Slay the Spire has infinite combos in it, but they're balanced, right? The gameplay's balanced. Aren't we buying games to be surprised? Some people know. Some people don't. Yeah, I guess. Okay, right. We've wandered around all of this. And we didn't see it turn red at all. So we might be going to... Oh... We might be going to Bevin or Kirill. I don't know. Seems odd though, doesn't it? It felt like the distance one would be here on the map somewhere. I mean, we have wandered around the whole thing now, haven't we? Wait, did we go as far as the library? Do you know what? I don't think we wandered as far as the library. Did we? Yeah, the distance. Yeah, all four. So we've got 57, 74, 110 and 1001. So 1001 is going to be like somewhere wildly off. Wildly different. The bearing one is the closest distance. And given that it's the closest distance, maybe it would be the easiest to find. To understand this, you need a picture in your mind of the whole cavern. Well, the problem is that we've only got a map of part of the cavern, right? Like we don't know how this part of the cavern connects with Kirill and Bevin, because we can't see them from here. And I mean, I'm pretty sure if we go to... I mean, maybe we could see Kirith's Arch from Kirill or Bevin. Because there are places where we can see across the cavern. Let me have a think. No. Hang on. Was it this one? Okay, that's one of them. Yeah, and those are a couple of balconies. Right, so this is... Bevin! Well, certainly from... well, actually... Hang about, that might be the library. Like... Okay. Now, let me think. There is a device to stick our hand into here somewhere that we have missed, that we kind of need for our Nexus book, because we can't get back to Bevin very easily currently. Okay, right, let's touch this. Okay, right, now we've got the Bevin book. We'll go into here. Yeah, now we've got access to that. We kind of heard about all this in the books. Aguera, the city, is against one wall, our well-known island from other games is across the sea, and the Bevins are against the other walls. Wait, that is exactly the same view that we had from Bevin. That's exactly the same view that we had from Bevin. So that would strongly imply that Kirill and Bevin are like pretty close to each other, or like literally next to each other. That seems a bit odd. And then Aguera, our well-known island from other games, is across the sea. I mean, if it is the case that what we're seeing, 'cause it sort of looks like we can see the library and that lookout. So that would put kind of Kirill or Bevin like right the way down here. But there's like so many like balconies and places to look at around there. There's like so many different balconies and stuff in Kirill and Bevin that searching them exhaustively is a bit tricky. Like, these would be the ones where you have the distance that's 1,000. Right? But that gets us elevation, which is not super useful, potentially, because there's loads of elevation changes all over the place. They don't really help you navigate. Makes sense from viewpoints, not sure it's exact, though. I mean, you are right, it probably does mean that we could find this one first, and that this one is either going to be in Kirill or Bevin. But is that one going to be the easiest to find? Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, it'll at least help us with finding those two if we go and get that one first. But these two, we kind of know, must be not on Kirill and Bevin. Meaning that they must be somewhere in here. Because this is the only part of Denis that we have access to that isn't on Kirill or Bevin. My assumptions are all correct. Okay. So we must have just missed it. We haven't been to the library. We haven't been to the library yet to look for this one. And this one that we're looking for is 74. So let's get to the library courtyard. I'm mostly forgetting other places. Well, I mean, we have a few. I mean, we have ReZero itself, but that's going to be very, very close to the Great Zero. Like, ferry terminal, palace alcove. Like, we have the inside of the little thing. We've got the little prison room. We do have the little prison room, right? Ah, we do have some balconies. We do have that one balcony on top of the thing near the courtyard, don't we? Yeah, maybe it's on top of that building. Hey, we have first time chatter, Sure Misfire. Oh my gosh, I am finally catching a stream. Welcome to the stream. I actually said in an earlier episode which places I'm talking about and what they are actually used for. Oh no. I said something in an earlier episode that I've forgotten about. That's never a good look. It's never a good look. Sure Misfire follows us on YouTube. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for coming along live. It's great to have you here. I said it just now. Oh. Well, it must be some balconies then, or it must be the little prison room, or it must be on top of that other building. So yeah. Okay, right. Let's go. Let's start hamming places up, right? Like, it's probably not in the library courtyard because we're looking for something which is 74. 110 is probably going to be the library. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Right. We've got an office to check, right? Let's look in the office. Okay, it's doing that weird thing where my key changes colour, but I don't think that's relevant. Wait! Oh, we can look out and we can sort of see where we are. Look, there's an archway there. Where are we? That's the bridge. Right, okay. I see where this office is then. We are, yeah, there's the little walkway that we go along, and there's the bridge, the library's over there. Fine. So this is one to remember. Oh, that takes us back to Teledarn. Don't want to go in there. Definitely not. Okay, back to Relto. Key changing colour's a bug. Just ignore it. The highest distance is the easiest to find. Oh. Oh, sorry. The highest distance. Right, so that would be the one that's on Kirill or Bevin, then. Right, this is also on to me, and we kind of have no idea where this room is located in comparison to everything else. But it's not in here. If it were in here, we'd know it already. So that's fine. Last one to check then is going to be the rooftop. The rooftop of the courtyard. And if it's not there, then we'll go and we'll start doing the other one. The longest distance one. The rooftop is, if I recall... is it that one? Nope, not this one. Man, it would be so handy to be able to link within an age, wouldn't it? I'd like to at least get one of these before we wrap up the stream today. That would be kind of nice. This one. Which one's this one? Right, no, this is another balcony. It's almost certainly not going to be on one of the balconies where we already found the other stuff. Which do I have activated? I have activated the distance one. 61131 74 minus 84. Try this one. The fact it's minus 84 means it's going to be the either the lowest or the highest of any of them. Now, we already found 2 GZMs in here, so I doubt there's another one in here. Why are we checking out places in the city? Why are we checking out places in the city? Because it has to be fairly close to the Great Zero. Because it's only 74 away. Look, I mean, let me put it on a map, right? So there's the city. The Great Zero is somewhere up here, isn't it? Or is it? I don't know. Kirith's Arch is down here. Like, that's obvious. The books were talking about the Great Zero being all like, well, the Great Zero's a thing and it points north and that's like our thing. We've got a line which cuts through the city here. And that is in line with the arch. Now, Biral and Kirill and Bevin, they're sort of all the way over here, and they're looking in that direction. So I figure the one that's 1,000 distance has got to be in Kirill or Bevin, and if we're looking for this one, that means it's got to be in the city somewhere. That's my thinking. Oh, okay. Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, not the one that's furthest distance. But anyway, well, it's good to reiterate what we're looking for and sort of why. There was one balcony we went to that just didn't have anything on it. That we were a little bit like, why? Nah, yeah, but these are in Kirill and Bevin, though. Do you reckon if we go for the one that's 1,000 away, it'll be on one of these balconies? Because one of these balconies, I don't remember which one, didn't have a GZM on it. And that was a bit like, what's the point of this then? Maybe we try and do that. Come on. Okay. Let's go for the one that's let's go for the elevation one, the one that's 1,001 away. And we'll search Kirill and Bevin. We need to go to Rizero. I was so close! Really? Oh, dear. Is it in the library? Have I just got way too much in my head about it being not the library? Right, oh, okay. No, let's go back to the library then. Man. Okay, let's get to the library and we'll get this one. The library's the only place we didn't look yet. Okay. Am I sure? What? Oh, man. So no, you're saying it's not in the library. You guys are tricking me now. You guys are tricking me. Okay. Right. No, it isn't in the library. I thought it wouldn't be, because it's too far away. My original thought about distance was correct. I checked balconies. My original thought about distance was correct. Well, my original thought about distance was that it had to be like somewhere in this kind of region. But we've looked all around there. And we even looked at this bit as well. Okay. I think we're going to pivot back. We're going to pivot back. And we're going to go back to Rosario. And I think we're going to change. And instead look for the one that we think is on Kirill or Bevin. Because I think it's going to be on one of those balconies. Because one of those balconies didn't have a GCM. And if it's not on one of those balconies, then we might be out of time for the episode. In which case, you know, we've done a whole lot of not very much so far this episode. But it's been very nice hanging out anyway. End of 2024, yo. Okay. This seems a bit of a theme with this DLC. Well, we also spent a lot of episodes reading a lot of lore. Right. Let's get our key attuned to whichever one it is that's a million miles away. Oh, do a little jump down. Try and get down the steps as efficiently as possible. Right. Which one is it that's the furthest distance? It's the elevation change one. Right. Pop your hand in here. Right. Let's stick that on. That did register, right? I don't have to wait for the animation to finish. Yes, good. Right. Now, get me back to my library. And it's in here. Okay, now we've got these two balconies. One of these balconies didn't have a GCM on it. Not that one. And if it's not on one of these balconies, maybe we've got time for a 5-minute run around on either Kirill or Bevin. We found a thing! We found a thing! Finally! Okay, so now we can get back to the machine, and then we will have a coordinate that we can use. Now, I will give credit, the coordinates puzzle, I think, is more interesting than just wandering around and finding GZMs. Because you are, you are right, there is a little bit more thought goes into where you are trying to look. That is true. Okay. You can logic your way through it. Okay. So, we stick our hand back in the machine. Nice. So, I mean, which one will we want to go for next? So now that we have elevation, probably the distance one, given that that's a minus 84, is probably the one to go for next. Meaning that the bearing one, the one we actually started with, ends up being our last one. Because minus 84, now that we know our height, hopefully this will be a bit easier to work out whether we are high enough or low enough. So at the moment we can see that we're at minus 2. Because the Great Zero itself is at 0, 0, 0, I suppose. So like the Great Zero is literally this doorway, I guess. No, of course, because the other ones aren't actually recording anything right now. So the Great Zero is currently at this height. That's all we can say. Okay. Do distance. You've been close. Just think about it a second more. Fair enough. Well, we'll have to save that one for next time because we are out of time for today's stream. But thank you all so much for coming along. If you're watching on YouTube in the future, this will actually be a week and a half's time for YouTube for scheduling reasons. Because next week, because this Friday, we've got our 2024 wrap is going to be on YouTube this Friday. This is our last stream of 2024, and I'm afraid to say that my work schedule is going to be changing again in January. So it's going to be a few weeks into January probably before we're streaming again. So we'll be taking a break for a few weeks. But Uru's not going anywhere. We will, come back to Uru as soon as we can. In the meantime, all of the videos on YouTube are still going to be being made and published. So that's that. But yes, so for those of you on YouTube in the future, thank you very much for watching this episode of Uru. Like and subscribe so you can get notified for when the next episode of Uru comes, which will probably be in a few weeks' time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Okay, for those of us on